When the young man was throwing out the trash, he unexpectedly discovered a treasure worth $200,000 inside the bin. He quickly picked it up and immediately smashed it on the ground. Just as he had predicted, something happened. He then rushed to the antique market and asked the shop manager to appraise it. However, the shop manager was a cunning old fox. Using his glasses as an excuse, he deliberately created distance from the young man and secretly swapped the treasure with a defective item. Then, pretending to examine it carefully, he said he can only offer him $200 for it. The young man quickly used his golden eye to take a look and realized that the item, which had just been worth $200,000, had suddenly become worth only $20. He immediately declared that the item was not his, but the shop manager refused to admit to the switch. He assumed the young man was just a nobody without any background, but being a post-90s youth, the young man had plenty of ways to deal with such a dishonest shopkeeper. He started shouting at the store entrance, drawing a large crowd of onlookers. Then he activated his appraisal mode and was shocked to discover that every item in the shop was actually fake. His actions quickly caught the attention of the chairman of the Antique Trade Association, who noticed that this young man not only could tell real from fake but could even identify the counterfeiting techniques. Meanwhile, the young man was still causing a scene in the store, unaware of how serious the situation had become. He even wanted to check out the back courtyard of the shop. At this point, the shop manager panicked. He knew that the items in the back had been entrusted to him by his boss, and he told him that this shipment is important, and if anything happened to it, even his life wouldn't be enough to compensate for it. He knew that if things continued like this, trouble would surely follow. So, he considered returning the jade pendant to the young man to get rid of this walking disaster as quickly as possible. But little did he know that things aren't going to end so easily. Not only did the young man demand the return of the jade pendant, but he also insisted that the shopkeeper publicly admit to selling fake antiques. Of course, the shopkeeper refused to do anything that would ruin his own reputation. Seeing the refusal, the young man once again made a move to head toward the back courtyard. Just then some men from the family behind the shop showed up, beating up the young man, asking him to not mess with their family. They pinned him to the ground, but at the right moment the chairman and his daughter intervened, beating up the guys. The owner accepted their mistake after this, as they couldn't let them go to the backyard, since there was something important there. They knew they couldn't let the chairman find out about this. The rescued young man was taken straight to the chairman's house, and the chairman immediately showed him some items, asking him to check if there are any genuine antiques among them. The man noticed that all the items had the same craftsmanship as the items at the antique shop, and the chairman revealed that the National Treasure Gang have been becoming more active lately, and many people are getting scammed. The young man, being a righteous individual, agreed to help him catch these guys. Meanwhile at the store, the owner yelled at the manager for being careless today, reminding him that the chairman of the association is already investigating the source of these fake antiques, and they would both be finished if he finds out about this. The manager apologizes for it, stating that he never expected the young man to cause such a big scene. The owner asks him to deal with Kid as soon as possible, as he could clearly identify the real antiques from the fake ones, and will surely become a problem for them.